Football Queensland's coverage of the 2019 NPL, NPLW and FQPL season is brought to you by IFCA, Australia's only national football-specific coaching conference, 25th and 26th of May on the Gold Coast. Get your delegate pass today at ifcca.com.au. Play football. Join the team today. Visit playfootball.com.au to find your nearest club. Football Foundation, making football more accessible for every income, every gender, every ability, every background, every Indigenous Queenslander. Donate today.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever in the world you may be tuning in from. I'm Darren Lutton and welcome to Football Queensland's presentation of the National Premier Leagues. This is round 14 and we're at Logan Metro for the clash between Raw and Olympic FC. It's been, if you have a look at the pitch, you'll see that it is pretty boggy at the moment. They've had a full weekend of quad series, which is a junior tournament that they use to identify young players of the future. So as you can see, it's pretty soggy. They've had some heavy downpours this weekend, and what I've been told is that this ground it retains its water, so it can be dry for a month, and the ground will just stay wet. So it's going to be some interesting conditions for the players to get used to tonight, particularly on those wings. All right, let's just run through the team sheets here. So for Brisbane Raw FC, of course, the home team. And number 1, Macklin Frecky. Number 3, Kai Truen. Number 5, he's back from playing for the senior side, Isaac Powell. Number 7, Leighton Brooks. Number 9, Mirza Muradovic. Number 10, Bryce Bulford. Number 13, Tyson Martin. Number 14, Jay Barnett. Number 15, Braden Doolan. Number 17, Jordan Courtney. Number 22, Harry Talbot. On the subs bench, Emlyn Wellsmore, Jai Oakes, Oliver Plusnan, Hassan Ramazani, and Lachlan Hunter. Raw would like to thank their sponsors, Actron Air and BCC Painting. For Olympic FC, in goals, Brandon Kumanow. Number 21. Number 2, Jack Glover. Number 4, Christian Waters. Number 5, Steve White. Shelford Dace has the 7. Kazuya Ito has the 8. Number 9, Christopher Lucas. 11, Jez Lofthouse. Number 19, Jean-Philippe Lazen. Number 20, James Kumanow. Number 29, Matt Mundy. On the subs bench, Dakota Sprang, Alex Smith, Matthew Heath, Daniel Driver, and Zalfi Nazari. Olympic FC would like to thank their sponsors, the Coffee Club. Our Total Tools referee this evening is Daisy Kuipers, and the assistants, Jasmine Brenner and Benjamin Lever. Olympic go into this game with an excellent record against the Raw Youth. Last season in round 8, it was a 6-0 win at this ground. And then in round 21, they returned the favour with a 3-0 victory at Goodwin Park. Olympic go into this game second on the ladder. They've played 26, Actually, that was last season, of course. They played 26, won 19, drew 5 with 2 losses. The Royal finished 9th, 8 wins, 4 draws, and 14 losses. So if you have a look at how the two teams are shaping up this season, Olympic played 11, won 8, drawn 1, lost 2. So they're tracking pretty similar to last season. And of course, the Roar currently in 10th going into this game. So holding their form from last season. You're, of course, watching this game via Facebook Live and the YouTube channel. We welcome your comments via Facebook Live. We'll be checking those out at halftime. Wherever in the world you may be tuning in from, say hello. Let us know where you're watching the game from. We might give you a shout out in the second half. Tremendous facility here at Logan Metro. This place used to be well, let's call it a dump, but it used to be a waste disposal area. And there still is just to the left of us on the left-hand side of the field. There's a recycling market there, so the area is still used. But it's a tremendous facility here with the Brisbane Roar taking up position here. There's a basketball court. And of course, Football Brisbane have set up their headquarters here as well. So players are just about to take the field. This is, of course, the last game of the weekend, but there are another 2 matches on Tuesday night. There was an earlier match today, and if you haven't caught that result, that was Moreton Bay United against Sunshine Coast Fire. It was a 1-0 win to the home team. Alex Janoski with a penalty on the 34th minute. It's an important win for the Jets. A bit concerned that on a Sunday night we weren't going to have too many in attendance here, but numbers have picked up in the last 10 minutes or so. Stands here 3/4 full. Olympic FC were expecting their supporters to come out in force tonight. They're calling them the 300 now. They used to be called the Hooligans, but they've decided a change of names in order. And they're going with the 300. Should advise that there aren't 300 Olympic supporters here tonight, but a bit of a journey down. And players now making their way out onto the field. As you can see, Brisbane Roar wearing their traditional orange. An Olympic in their away strip of the navy with the white stripe. Just out of interest in looking at the team sheets tonight, Alex Smith, is on the bench. He's just being managed. There's no other reason, of course. Olympic had that FFA Cup match during the week, a 4-0 victory over Rochedale Rovers, which keeps them alive into the 6th round. So it's going to be fascinating to see just what role the conditions played this evening. Whether, of course, Brisbane Roar are a team that traditionally like to play the ball along the deck, keep it along the ground. I wonder if Olympic might change their approach and go a little bit more aerial. And of course, Olympic are a team with a lot of pace in their side. So there might be some heavy going, and substitutions could play an important part in this game. So almost set for a start here at Logan Metro. Looks like Olympic will be taking possession and getting us underway. Very cool evening here at Logan Metro. Probably the first time this season that we've gone for the jumpers. But a nice temperature for playing football. So we're underway in this round 14 clash between Brisbane Roar and Olympic FC. Ball played back to Kuma now. Quick win there for the Roar. The player goes down. Penalty's been given. Or is it a free kick just outside the box? Looks like it might be a free kick. It has been a penalty. Penalty has been awarded. Well, what a start to this game. Not even a minute gone. Brisbane Roar have the opportunity to go ahead. So it's Belford. It's saved. That's the second penalty that's been saved for Brisbane Roar this season. I believe they've converted one early in the season. Well, an early let-off for Olympic. And wasted opportunity. A poor penalty. Has to be said, very little power. A simple save for Kuma now. Brisbane Roar looking to go forward now. Martin is cross field. Back for Frecky. Well, Brisbane Roar youth have found it so difficult to score against Olympic. What an opportunity that was. Be interesting to see how they react over the next 5 minutes. Throw goes straight upfield. Ito. Free kick to the Roar. Looking to go quickly. And deciding just to settle things down. Truan comes out wide for Martin. Ball downfield. Tidied up by Glover. Kuma now looking for his options. Goes straight down the middle. And Brisbane Roar have another free kick. Barrett. He's back for Jordan Courtney. Roar Youth have a different centre-back pairing this week to the side that took on Gold Coast Knights. Hassan Ramazani, is on the bench this evening. Actually thought the two worked pretty good in tandem last week. Roar Youth coach Jake Goodship. Just shuffling the pack. James coming out. He's infield looking for Lofthouse. Blocked out by Truan. Christian Waters wins back possession for Olympic. Lucas. Ball infield. One again by Lucas. Brisbane Roar just keeping Olympic at bay for now. Here comes the next wave. Nice through ball from Dace. Looks like we'll have our first corner of the game. High ball in. Waters getting the shot and the goal. Lofthouse opens the scoring, so where Brisbane Roar Youth failed, Olympic FC make them pay. And in the early stages of this game, Olympic are on the board. Oh, such a high delivery. Christian Waters, one of the tallest players on the field. Heads across. And Lofthouse opens the scoring for the visitors. So if the Raw Youth were disappointed that they missed their penalty, they've really been made to pay now. It was a promising start. Here come Olympic again. Frecky comes out, tidies up. Puts the ball at the feet of Kai Truan. Frecky goes crossfield. Now for Barrett. And turnover again. Barrett tidies up his mistake. See if he can measure his pass a little bit better this time. And he does so. And Olympic, they'll go back to Kuma now. And look to build things. We're just seeing in the early exchanges, both teams going along the ground. You can see just a few bobbles here and there. Just as I say that, Kuma out, just loses his balance a little bit. Waters going down the line. Olympic retaining possession. Here comes the crossfield ball. Lofthouse can't quite pick up on the loose ball. Back for Lazem. James coming out. Lazem again. Across. Cleared by the Royal Youth. And James Kumanau is going to get another opportunity. Nice infield ball. And Olympic now have a free kick. Probably a little bit too far out, but if there's any messy types in this Olympic side, they'll probably be licking their lips at the moment. Steve White and Jez Lofthouse standing over the ball. White looks like most likely to deliver, and he does. Goes crossfield, headed across the face. The ball goes harmlessly out of play. Royal Youth going along the ground again. Back for Frecky. Switches over to the left-hand side. Got a bit of space here. It's another crossfield ball. Looking for Doolan. Doolan with a little bit of space. Perhaps he could have taken on a shot. It's still there for him. Doolan. Now the Royal Youth have a call. Nice skills there from Braden Doolan. Just looking at how the Royal Youth is setting up for this corner. A lot of players well outside the box. All lined up in a row. And moved now. The delivery comes in. Headed clear. Barrett. And now Olympic look to go. Cut out well by Barrett. That was danger. So had that ball got through, Steve White was in a lot of space. Lofthouse now on the right-hand side. Block shot. Now Olympic have a corner. So the Football Foundation Queensland has been established to make football in Queensland as inclusive and accessible as possible by providing opportunities, creating community connections and supporting the growth of football participation all across Queensland. We encourage all Queenslanders who care about our game to consider making a donation to Football Foundation Queensland. Contact FQ for more details. It's Olympic deliver their corner. It's headed just wide. I think Waters was the player with the connection. Looked a little bit too simple there for Olympic. Royal Youth might just have to tidy things up a bit there. Frecky. Doolan. Back for Martin. Again, after starting out on the right-hand side, Royal Youth then switch to the left. This time they haven't been successful in retaining possession. Lazem loses out and eventually wins the ball back. James coming out. Glover. Nice ball finds Kuma now all out on his own. Here's Lofthouse. Ito. Kuma now again. Some nice triangles here from Olympic. Lofthouse now has a little bit of work to do. Keeps the ball at his feet. As advised pre-game, Jez Lofthouse has rubber legs. Here he is on the ball again. The Royal Youth have a free kick. And it's a yellow card for Jean-Philippe Lazem. So just under a quarter of an hour gone in this game. Thank you for tuning in. It's Sunday night football, late Sunday night football here at Logan Metro. And it's currently 1-0 to the visitors. After the Roar missed a penalty in the first minute, but here's a chance of redemption and they get it! In the blink of an eye, it's 1-1, a simple defensive error. And Mirza Muradovic gets his name on the score sheet with a well-taken shot. Brandon Kuma now had no answer for that thunderbolt. We're at 1-1, and that's the first goal that Brisbane Roar have scored against Olympic in a very long time. So the shackles have been broken. Ben Khan will be very disappointed with how that goal was conceded. Just a simple defensive error. And Miradovic in the right place at the right time. Here's Doolan. Doolan with half a yard. He runs out of space. So Daisy Kuipers is calling Steve White over. Plays all set to continue now as the Olympic fans find their voice. A little bit late getting here, the 300. They showed up at the worst of times for them. As Royal Youth found their equaliser. It's Olympic into attack again. There's plenty of raw numbers in the box. Dangers averted for now. Olympic load up again. Lazen. Waters. Lofthouse. Lazen again. Comes out in the left to James Kuma now. White. In field for Mundy. The Royal Youth with a chance to break. This is Doolan again. Braden Doolan. Can't get past Lazen. He's infield for Barrett. Courtney comes out for Martin. A little miscommunication there. Miradovic leaves the ball behind. Well, things look to have just evened up a bit here. Olympic, after saving that penalty, had a really good patch. The Royal Youth have worked their way into this game. Now looking at retaining possession just that little bit better. I reckon possession stats be just about 50-50 at the moment. James Kuma now. Lazen. Glover. Waters goes down the line. Looks for the run of White. The offside flag goes up. So we've got some issues with that ball. And calls for a replacement. Just walking this pitch pre-game. If you stepped with a real heavy step, you could draw a little bit of water out from the ground. So that's how moist it is. Referee Daisy Kuipers walked out and said it's good enough to play on, but whoa, it's a bit of a mess. The offside flag goes up. Again, Raw Youth having a bit of joy on this right-hand side. Braden Doolan causing some issues here for the Olympic defenders. James Kuma now. Lofthouse. Return ball, couldn't quite reach him. Waters keeps the play alive. Crossfield ball. No players making their way into the box. Good battle between these two. Tyson Martin wins that one. And Raw Youth getting the ball over the halfway. They come out wide. Martin. Barrett doing everything in his power to hold things up. He's successful. Raw Youth win the ball back. Out wide again for Doolan. Barrett. Olympic keeping their shape pretty well here at the moment. A lot of good communication between all the players. Here's a turnover. Mundy to Lazem to Lofthouse. Lofthouse has half a yard of space. Cleared by Barrett. It's only as far as Kuma now. Mundy. Ito. White. Olympic just maintaining possession. Probing for an opening. Through ball from Lofthouse. Keki clears. So good contest here Sunday night. Round 14 of the NPL. I'm Darren Lutton. We hope you're enjoying this evening's telecast. 23 minutes in, it's a goal apiece. And Olympic in the past have had it pretty easy against Raw Youth, but tonight they've got their work cut out for them. Olympic winning back possession. Lofthouse. Play goes down. Play on as a call. Martin goes crossfield. The clever ball opens up a little bit of room here. Return ball. And the cross. Olympic have the right players in the right positions at the right time. The Raw coach, Jake Goodship, must be thrilled with how his side's going at the minute. He's taking on one of the powerhouses of the competition. Back for Keki. Barrett. Wants the run for Doolan. I fear he might be flagged offside. No, flag stays down. Doolan taking on Kuma now. Doolan again. Barrett. Martin. All the way back for Truan. Well, some classic Brisbane Roar football there. Must be such an exciting time for these players at the moment as they break into the box. Talbot. Olympic just crowding out the ball. And now just launching it forward. He's going to come back at them again. Still going. Olympic, all hands on deck at the moment. There's a player down. Looks like that's Lazem. There have been requests for the ball to be played out, and it will be. Jean-Philippe Lazem's the player down. 27-year-old. Originally from the Northern French club of Amiens. Understand he played a little bit of football down at the Gold Coast before being picked up by Olympic. It's getting a bit of attention. Looks like it's a right knee issue. Interesting to see if Ben Khan has to make an early substitution. Bit of a lull here at Logan Metro. Well, Lazem gets attention. Just always interesting to see what happens just between teammates when a player goes down. Brisbane Roar Youth have... It's almost as if they're in a line across the field. Just in pairs, talking to one another. Olympic have got the central group having their chat. So I don't think Jean-Philippe Lazem's going to be able to continue here. His night might be done. Going to check the subs bench to see who's going to make their way onto the field. And clearly his night's done. And Alex Smith's going to make an early appearance. It's an enforced substitution just before the half-hour mark. So interesting to see what sort of changes Olympic make. So just saying, just before that injury occurred, that interesting times here for the Raw youth players. Of course, new coach there at Brisbane Raw and Robbie Fowler. 14 players released during the week, which means that there's a lot of openings. So if these players can impress the new coach, perhaps they can make their way into the senior team. Of course, saw so many of the Raw youth players making the step up this season. So although results on the board with that fantastic for the senior side this season, so many young players, young local players got their opportunity. Isaac Powell, of course, at left back's one of them. Radovic. Olympic will just hold things up here. And Smith loses out to Truan. Truan's impressed so far. That's a lovely through ball. And the save by Kuma now. Again, Raw youth. They're having a good night tonight. Watch them against Gold Coast Knights, and they were clearly second best. But tonight they're up for this challenge. Through ball from Lofthouse, and it goes as far as Martin. Barrett goes quickly. Can't find Bolford. Here come the Raw youth again. Leighton Brooks has had his pocket picked. Another turnover. This is sloppy from Olympic. Ball's won back by Ito. It was the player that left the ball behind. Mundy to Ito. Lucas. Looking for the run of Alex Smith. Here comes Doolan on the counter for the Raw youth. Truan making his way up the right-hand side now. So he's caught out of position. And thankfully for the Raw youth, the offside flag goes up. It could have been dangerous. It looked just a little out of shape there with that run from Truan. Lofthouse looking to get past Barrett. Ito. Lucas. And Chris Lucas kicks that ball into the recycling market. Raw youth going quickly. Powell. Another strong run over the halfway line. The cross, just wide. Powerful run there from Harry Talbot. Harry Talbot, former Roachdale player. In fact, there's plenty of Roachdale juniors from both teams here tonight. Days. Mundy. Lofthouse. Looking to line up a shot. He can't find one. Raw Youth will clear. And the Kuma brothers share the ball amongst each other. Back for Glover. And goes straight down the field. Finding White. Deflected shot. And Alex Smith making his first real meaningful impact on this game. A little bit of a coming together there between Steve White and Kai Truen. So 35 minutes in, 1 goal apiece. Olympic have a corner. Players are all lined up just outside the box. Another high ball in. And Olympic have scored. But the whistle had blown. And Christian Waters left all alone. Unfortunate there for the Raw Youth. Talbot. Swings the ball out to the left-hand side. Still going. Player goes down. Dice has possession. Daisy Kuiper's not impressed. And Raw Youth have the throw. Talbot goes down, earns a free kick, although he's back on his feet. It might be Dace who's still down. This couldn't be another injury to Olympic just before half time. They've already lost John Philippe Lazem. Both players are up. Looks like they'll be okay to continue. The Raw Youth have a free kick. They're using the same technique that they do for the corners. Poor delivery, to be fair. Raw Youth will line up again. The offside flag goes up. And this time it's the Raw Youth that have the ball in the back of the net. And for the second time in a couple of minutes. Both sides have now been denied. So plenty of goalmouth action in this game. Just the 1 goal each. We've had a missed penalty. 2 goals chalked off. Mundy delivers the ball straight to Jay Barrett. He goes quickly to find Doolan. Doolan. Shot blocked by Kuma now. The deflection works out very handily for Brandon Kuma now. Lofthouse. On Smith. Awkward bounce there for Frecky. Dealt with it well enough. Offside flag will go up there. So slight change to the approach from both teams here. In the early stages, both teams seemed quite keen. Keep the ball along the deck. We're seeing a lot more aerial balls as the game's progressing. As I mentioned at the start of this game, it's a very heavy pitch here. We've been games played all weekend on it. With the heavy patches of rain that we've had this weekend. This pitch is very soggy. Lundy trying to find Smith. That's Ito. The crossfield ball. Frecky comes out quickly. Goes for a throw. Martin does enough to keep the ball in. Here's Doolan. Will be ball in behind from Doolan. And the shot. Less said about that shot, the better. Boy, what an impact Doolan is having on this game. Just have to dig up my fact file. From Braden Doolan. He's half Indigenous, half Argentinian. First club was Lions. He's currently a Year 12 student at Corinda High. And he's not doing that, he's causing havoc with the Olympic defence. So I came here tonight expecting to see fireworks from Jez Lofthouse, but it's Doolan that's stealing the show so far. And the shot over the bar. That was Lucas. So we've got a good crowd in attendance here this evening now. A lot of latecomers. Not exactly a rollicking atmosphere, but it's certainly good enough. Of course, we've got the public holiday tomorrow. And to be honest, I don't know if there's a bar here. Certainly a canteen. I don't think there's a licensed bar, which may just affect the atmosphere just a touch. Free kick to Olympic. So just a couple of minutes to go now before the halftime break. It'll be interesting to see if there's any tactical changes at the halftime. I'd say that Jake Goodship would be the happier of the two coaches. Olympic have posed their threat. And here comes the Raw Youth again. Play goes down. Play on's a call from Kuipers. And again, Raw Youth, they give the ball to Doolan on the right-hand side, but go long on the left. Showing that they've got plenty of pace. This is Lofthouse. He's got a little bit of room to move if he wants it. Looks to play it safe. Back to Ito. Look for Glover. Switches out to the right. Dice. Still going. Roy Youth doing enough for now. Here's Dice again. Up across the flick. And quite enough purchase on the header. And Lofthouse showing all his pace. Snuff out a potential counter-attack there from the Royal Youth. Here come Olympic again. Long range attempt, well over the bar. So I hope you're enjoying Football Queensland's presentation of Sunday Night Football. This game's pretty darn good. A good battle between both these teams. Sort of came into this game expecting Olympic to overpower Royal Youth, but it hasn't been the case. Royal Youth won their first 3 matches and they haven't had a win since, just a couple of draws. So Olympic is certainly the favourites going into this game. But on balance, you'd have to say that they've had the best opportunities. Another long ball out the left-hand side. Big battle for possession. Free kick there for Olympic. That might be just enough here for the first half, although there was a big injury there to Lazem, which took up a little bit of time. So we might have a couple of extra minutes. Back for Brandon Kuma now. Goes out with the left boot. It's a little bit too difficult for Miradovic to latch on to. Mundy heading the ball forward. And as far as Courtney. Nice attempt there from Doolan, but coming now in the right position. And Royal Youth winning the midfield battle again. So it might just take a moment of magic to break this game open. It's going to be a fascinating second half. I hope you're in a comfy position. Or if you are out and about watching on your mobile, get yourself a nice secure position. Strap yourselves in for a good second half. Both these teams are going toe to toe. That ball just a little bit too straight. Referee Kuipers looks at his watch. Offside flag goes up. This might be it. The fact that the ball gets left for Macklin Frecky. I suspect this may be the last kick. There it is. Well, a pretty entertaining first 45 minutes here at Logan Metro. Royal Youth missing a penalty in the first minute of the game and made to pay. As Jez Lofthouse headed home for the visitors. But then Mirza Miradovic equaled things up for the hosts. So good game brewing here at Logan Metro. Stick around for the next 45. It's currently Brisbane Royal Youth 1, Olympic FC 1.
Why do I play football?
Why do we play football? I play for fitness.
For competition.
Community spirit.
It's healthy and safe.
And fun.
I play for celebration.
What's your reason? Join our team.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Why do I play football?
Why do we play football? I play for fitness.
For competition.
Community spirit.
It's healthy and safe.
And fun.
I play for celebration.
What's your reason? Join our team.
Football Queensland Futsal State Titles run across 9 different age group divisions. Around about 450 to 460 players playing across 3 different venues that we've got, and it's the pinnacle event for futsal here in Queensland.
The highlight for me this weekend is just seeing how many young kids are here, eagerly watching every single match. Can't wait to get on the court to participate, and then really enjoying their games and buzzing when they come on.
We want to provide a pathway for players all the way through from a social aspect of futsal all the way through to the highest level. And so the competition acts as a possible pathway and gives them opportunity to get better at the sport. And we also know that the players that are involved in futsal, a lot of them are involved in football as well, and improves their technique across the board.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Built for Australia. Actron Air will keep you comfortable even in extreme temperatures.
That's better.
With clever technology to keep everyone comfortable. It's better air conditioning for how Australians really live.
That's better.
That's Actron.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
At Thrifty, we love to keep you smiling with our friendly service and a wide range of vehicles, all at great rates. Visit us now. Thrifty Car and Truck Rental. Smiles all the way.
Hi, I'm Nathan Gronker from BBC Painting, and we are extremely proud to be partnering with the Brisbane Roar Football Club and sharing in their success over the coming years.
BBC Painting is a family-owned company that have a national footprint with offices in Brisbane, the Gold Coast, Sydney, Melbourne and Adelaide. Our nationwide team strives to deliver a top-quality service across all our projects with dedication, passion and trust. That's helped us grow into one of the largest and most respected painting companies in Australia.
Welcome back to Logan Metro for the second half of this round 14 NPL clash between Brisbane Royal Youth and Olympic FC. It's currently 1-1. Playing on a pretty soggy field here at the minute. But it's been a good first half. Plenty of chances for both teams. If you missed the early going, it was a penalty for Brisbane Royal Youth in the first minute that was missed, or saved by Brandon Kuma. Then we had a couple of early goals. There's a Muradovic in the 14th minute, replying to Jez Lofthouse's goal in the 5th. So on the balance of play, I'd like to say that the Royal Youth have probably had the better of the going. It's going to be interesting to see in the second half. I mean, Olympic, these two teams, we'll see if their class and quality can shine through and get them over the line. What we've seen from Olympic this season, they've had all sorts of score lines. They've scored a lot of goals when they've put teams away, and they've had a lot of cliffhangers as well. So if there's a team that can hang tough, it's certainly Olympic FC. They've seen it all this season. This should be a good test for the Royal Youth players. Olympic now have a corner. Steve White coming over to take it. And just wide. Well, again, if Brisbane Royal Youth have been a little bit poor with their set-piece defending, it's another chance that the Olympic have almost capitalised on. They had plenty of free headers in the first half. Waters. Glover. Lovely turn. It's a turnover with Barrett. Olympic winning the ball back. Days. White. Cross face of goal. Olympic are back ahead. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, we talked about Olympics quality. They've shown enough there to get the ball over the line. And Alex Smith, the substitute, puts Olympic in front for the first time in this game. Actually, the second time. And of course, score the first goal in the 5th minute. So we'll see if the Royal Youth have another answer. Understand we might be having a few technical issues here. We do apologise for that. And Zach Powell. Brooks. Still Brooks. Royal Youth have a corner. Some nice work there from Bolford. It's Alex Smith's 5th goal this season. Of course, Chris Lucas is the hot hand for Olympic at the moment with 12 goals. Corner comes in. Long range blast. Another one. Kuma had to be in the right place there. Had to be very sharp. He wouldn't have seen that. Well, wouldn't have seen all of the ballers that came through. It's as if he was partially unsighted. Did enough. So yes, Chris Lucas needs a goal tonight if he's going to get back in top spot in the Golden Boot standings. Jordan Farina scoring for East last night to take his tally to 13. I'll run through some of the other results this weekend shortly. Brooks. Some good work there by Shelford Dice. Courtney. Back for Truan. Outside flag goes up. Some sharp teamwork there from Olympic. Just looking at the psychology or the body language, the goal really looks to have settled Olympic down. Looking very comfortable with the situation now. Talbot. Bit of physicality from Ito. Ball runs out of play. Martin. Lofthouse. Inside ball for Ito. Olympic just settling things down at the moment. Of course, have their goal advantage. Waters. Didn't like what he saw ahead of him, so he goes backwards. Glover switches play out to the left-hand side with the delightful ball. Lofthouse. Shots blocked. Olympic come again. Smith. It's a cross away. It's headed clear. Barrett tidies up for the Royal Youth. And here come Olympic again. Dice. Shot come cross. May have been deflected. On the way, it's the Royal Youth that'll come away now. Radovic. Powell. Olympic supporters have found their voice here in the second half. Should have a good atmosphere here for the remainder of the game. Majority of the people here just sitting in silence, taking it all in. Powell. Down the line for Brooks. Infield for Talbot. Looking for the switch, and Doolan can't keep the ball in play. Nice work there from Frecky. Lofthouse looking to set Olympic on their way. There it is. The inside ball. And the shot from Smith. Still with Smith. Gets across. Mundy. White. Back for Kuma now. Lofthouse. Olympic piling on the pressure. The shot straight at Freke, who does enough. Looking to go quickly. Dice. Back for Ito. Olympic will settle things down. This might be opening up on the left-hand side here. Lofthouse. We'll get some numbers across. Initially they looked to be a bit short. They came across quickly. Sharp work there from Barrett. That crossfield ball marginally too strong. Brown and Kuma now. I mentioned former Rochdale players. Brandon Kuma now, of course, had a season with Rochdale before hooking up with Olympic. I remember covering a game against Logan Lightning and had so little to do all game. But he just had that one moment where Lightning had a long-range shot and Kumino had to be at his absolute best to make the save, which he did so. Actually, it was the game finished 0-0. And we gave Kumino player of the match. Just on that one save, because to be honest, there wasn't a heck of a lot happening in the middle of the field. When it's 0-0, you pretty much got to go with the keepers. Brown and Kuma now had to do nothing for a very long time and then showed all his quality. But here's another chance, an Olympic. Nice goal there from Chris Lucas. Crossfield ball came in. Ball came off the post. On the right side of the post, and Olympic now looking a little bit more comfortable with their 3-1 lead. Well, some sharp play there from Olympic. Just caught the Royal Youth napping. I mentioned before that Olympic need to show all their qualities, particularly in the second half. And they're doing it now. Here is another chance. This is Alex Smith. The offside flag goes up. Frecky had made the save anyway. So now some warning bells here for the Royal Youth. Looking a little bit dishevelled. Giving the ball away cheaply, where previously they're retaining possession. You just need to be careful here. As Olympic look to turn the screw. Waters. Up for Dace. And goes down. think it was more the ground rather than a trip. Referee Daisy Kuipers, Total Tools referee Daisy Kuipers agrees. Olympic will load up again. White. Crossfield for Kuma now. It's tidied up by Martin. Royal Youth trying to get the ball over halfway. They're able to do so now. They had to work hard to do so. Mundy with the big don't argue. Easily wins back possession for Olympic, and they're away again. The shot just over the bar. That was Lucas. Olympic really looking to flex their muscles now. So after their 4-0 win over Rochdale in the FFA Cup during the week, this game now has that smell. It could be a bit of a battering. The Olympic players look to much more confident going forward. Royal Youth playing a little bit deeper. Dice. Lofthouse. White. Opens up the space, looking for Smith. White again. Smith. Royal Youth clear, but it's only as far as Ito. And the shot. Great save from Frecky. Royal Youth just unable to get out at the moment. And this game now takes on the complexion that we were probably expecting between these two teams. Olympic now have a corner, which they've been pretty successful with during this game. And again, Waters wins the header. And didn't quite get enough purchase on. Brooks loses out. Ito. Back for Waters. Days. Talbot. Again, just another misplaced pass. The ball looked to be going back to Frecky. As you can probably hear in the effects mic. Royal Youth just need to settle themselves down here. Just establish their game plan again. This might be a good time for Jake Goodship to make a change. Bring someone in off the bench. Just a little pause in play so that they can get themselves together. Because at the moment, Royal Youth look just a little bit rattled. When Zach Powell's gone forward. The run was spotted. This is Belford. Still Belford. A lot of strength there from Lucas. Royal Youth have the free kick. Untitled Tools referee, Daisy Kuipers. Points to his whistle. As Olympic set up their wall. Don't forget to follow Football Queensland on Instagram and Facebook for the latest football news and events across the state. You can find us at Football QLD. Leighton Brooks standing over the ball. Probably one of the players most affronted by the recent exchanges between the two teams. I get a sneaky feeling he might have a go at goal here. And he does. Radar bit off. So I'll just quickly run through some of the results over this weekend. As Olympic looked to make a substitution, so we'll come back to those results. Let's just see who's coming on and who's coming off. So Shelford Dice is the player being substituted. And Daniel Driver is the player coming on. 20 years old. Played his junior football at Redlands. Powell puts the ball forward. Again, just a little bit out of sync, the players at the moment. Powell gives away a free kick. No arguments, just quickly gets back and onto it. Dawn loses out. Mundy just taking a moment to assess his options. Will we see one of those bursting runs from Matt Mundy? Play goes down. Despite the protestations, referee Kuipers is having none of it. And again, things get a little bit testy between these two sides. As we see yet again. I have to say, I agree with Total Tools referee Kuipers on that one. Leighton Brooks just getting a little bit too physical with Ito there. Free kick straight to Powell. Muradovic. Things play out to the right-hand side. Offside flag goes up. And again, just more evidence. The Royal Youth team just out of sync at the moment. And the two goals have really affected their momentum. They looked so good in the first half. Kuma now comes out quickly. Free kick now to Royal Youth. Things getting a little bit spiteful out there. Just trying to hear what the players are saying at the moment. Couldn't quite pick it up. And so that Tyson Martin's been unhappy with the treatment that he just received. Royal Youth have a free kick. Interesting shape by the Royal Youth players at the moment. They don't really look ready or set to cause any damage with this free kick. Some lovely work there from Brooks. Muradovic. Olympic defence holds firm. They go down the line. Back for Ito. Driver back for Ito. This is Chris Lucas. Lucas taking on Courtney. Ito. Royal Youth getting a win. Just to settle things down as Powell goes down the line. The offside flag does go up. A lot of Olympic defenders looking at the assistant. We're desperate for that flag to go up. After a delay, it did. We'll just quickly run through some of the other scores this weekend in round 14. The big result was Peninsula Power maintaining their 100% record in the competition with an injury time goal away at Gold Coast United. Gold Coast United, of course, haven't lost a league game in the past 18 months. So they maintain their charge at top of the table. The upset of the weekend goes to the South West Queensland Thunder, who had a 3-2 win over Easts. Olympic have a free kick. Frecky comes out. Powell clears. Powell gets another opportunity. Nice ball there for Muradovic. Moves things on for Doolan. Lofthouse. Working hard both ends of the field. Another free kick for the Royal Youth. Brisbane Strikers, the 6-0 win over Magpies Crusaders. Pengelly continuing his rich vein of form at the moment with a hat-trick. And of course, earlier this afternoon, Moreton Bay United had a 1-0 win over the Sunshine Coast Fire. An Alex Janowski penalty in the 34th minute. There'll be two other matches to see out the round. Tuesday night, City taking on Western Pride. And Lions will host Redlands. Gold Coast Knights have the bye. Kuma now. Finds Lofthouse. Smith. Nice switch of play to find Ito. A little bit of space. Comes back in field. White. White again. Mundy. Lofthouse. In field for Smith. Lofthouse, will he get the return ball? Not quite. The Aldi Mini Roos is an introductory program for children aged between 4 and 9 years old. Each child receives an Aldi Mini Roos participant pack, which includes a boot bag, football, water bottle, and the all-important sticker sheet. So if you've got a child between 4 and 9 years old and you haven't already signed up for the Aldi Mini Roos, get in there. Get your kids playing football. And here's Olympic playing football at the moment. They're taking control in this second half. Kuma now. Nice ball to find White. Royal Youth have given up a free kick. $15 minutes left to go in this game. And Royal Youth are making their first substitution. Just trying to catch who the player was that went off. Nice save there from Freke. I'll bring in that substitution in just a moment. I can tell you that Joy Oakes is the player that's come on. Bafford. Through ball looking for Muradovic. Smith, back for Lofthouse. He's making a run on the right-hand side. Not found. As Royal Youth tidy things up. Talbot. Gives the ball back to Olympic. I think Bryce Bafford is the player that's come off. I don't quite see him on the field at the moment. Ito. First time cross. Mundy. Lofthouse. Lofthouse, blocked shot. Royal Youth looking to come away. He gets a foot in just in time. Lofthouse again. Waters. Kuma now. Some of these back passes from Christian Waters haven't quite had the authority that you'd expect or require from a central defender. This ground is a little bit boggy. No damage done so far. This is Brooks. The shot's blocked. Royal Youth have a corner. I haven't mentioned that the IFCCA, Australia's only national football-specific coaching conference, is taking place on the 25th and 26th of May. We'll come back to that as the shot. Straight at Kuma now. So yes, get your delegate pass for the IFCCA conference at ifcca.com.au. Notice that former Western Pride coach Graham Harvey is coaching in Hong Kong at the moment. He got added to the list this week. And honestly, anyone with an interest in football, particularly a coach, should certainly be attending. There's no matches scheduled for that weekend. There's been a fantastic panel put together by Ken Stead. Should be a wonderful event down at Royal Pines on the Gold Coast. Good weekend away. Powell. A bit too strong with his forward ball. As Olympic look to make another substitution, Matthew Heath is going to come on. Looks like Royal Youth are going to make a sub as well. Looks like Ramazani is coming on. Yes, Matthew Heath takes his place on the right-hand side. Has his pocket picked, and the offside flag goes up, the shot goes wide. Well, that was a strange passage of play. Quite difficult to keep up with, if I'm honest. But Matty Heath almost having an instant impact. Ball launched forward by Barrett. Lofthouse. Squeezed out. Martin. Through ball, can't find a teammate. Appeals for handball is given. So about 8 minutes left to go in this game. Olympic have a 2-goal cushion. And should have enough just to see this game out. I will be interviewing both coaches at the end of this match. Looking forward to getting their take on this evening's game. Mundy giving away a free kick and earning a yellow card for his trouble. Powell was the player that went down. Royal Youth, have they got anything left in the tank? Can they just get that little bit of spark to keep themselves in this contest? Finish with a late flourish. Lofthouse goes back to Kuma now. Gets the ball out from his feet. Ito, pushed off by Powell. Concedes a free kick. So if Olympic do go on to win this game, this will be important 3 points, just keeping them on the coattails of the leaders. Went into this game expecting them to come away with the 3 points. And if they're to maintain any sort of title challenge, it's games like this, they need to get the job done. Just looking at their next few games, they've got Gold Coast Knights at home next week. That should be a beauty. Before they have the bye, and then things get a little bit easier for them as Magpies Crusaders, Western Pride. So they've got the Crusaders at home, Western Pride away, and the Thunder away. Things should be all right for them after the bye. But that game next week against the Knights. And of course, live stream all the games. Don't necessarily get commentary for all of them, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There's Lofthouse, kept his feet. Lofthouse still going. Turnover. Royal Youth looking to go quickly. Mundy, as he's done a lot of times in this second half, he's getting himself in the right positions and tidying up for his team. Heath. Smith. Royal Youth just clinging on at the moment. Under so much pressure. Been a lot to enjoy about their performance. I mean, they're not a team that gets flogged every week. Been some great little cameos from players in their team. And as I mentioned, with Brisbane Roar getting 14 players off their books, as that long-range shot just over the top. With Brisbane Roar getting 14 players off their books during the week, if these players can just take that step up and just show new coach Robbie Fowler that they've got what it takes, they can take their careers to the next level. Certainly been a few players from tonight that certainly made an impression on me and will be on my radar for future games. Be following their progress. One of the great things about this league is spotting that young player and following them. Here's another one of those players, Lofthouse. Olympic have a corner. So just running through the Royal Youth's upcoming games. They are away at Mackay. And they've got Western Pride at home, Southwest Queensland at home, Redlands at home, and the Sunshine Coast Fire at home. So after showing such early promise, winning their first 3 games, perhaps an opportunity there to get things back on track, cement their place in mid-table. All headed clear, sits up nicely for Brooks. Brooks goes down. Nito is out wide for Heath. Heath taking on Powell. Heath still going, gets a cross in. Plenty of orange shirts in the box though. Talbot loses out to Edo. And pick up a free kick. That might be just about it for this contest. Olympic are in no hurry to take this free kick. Time now the real enemy for Royal Youth, who, to be honest, haven't threatened Brennan Kumanau's goal as much as they did in the first. It's certainly been a 45-minute performance from them this evening. Just unable to replicate it in the second half. Good for Olympic. And they're asked to go up a level. And they found it. They went through the gears, found a way. And through 2 early second half goals, busted the game open. Making every post a winner. And keeping themselves in that top 4 race. It will be difficult to see them being this year's premiers. The offside flag goes up. And the only reason I say that is that I haven't seen any weaknesses from Peninsula Power yet. Last night was possibly the first chink in the armour, but they still came away with a 1-0 victory. As we're 1 week away from the halfway point in this season. Certainly Peninsula Power's title to lose. As Mundy bursts forward, it's for Lofthouse. The shot's blocked, and somehow Smith puts his shot over the bar. It looked easier to score. And not quite the cherry on top for Olympic. Mundy. Lofthouse. Turnover. Royal Youth looking to get forward. It's been a rare opportunity for them. This is Doolan. Gets a shot. Blocked by Kuma now. So perhaps one last chance here for the Royal Youth. It's actually Leighton Brooks who stormed forward there just before. He's been one of Royal Youth's most consistent players over the 90 minutes. Talbot. Looking for options. Not too many in the middle. Gets across away, goes deep. Just runs out of pitch. That might just about be it for the evening. Game promised so much in the first half. Raw just unable to maintain the intensity in the second. And a professional performance from Olympic FC. And it looks like they're going to leave Logan Metro with 3 points. Keep themselves in the finals hunt. Powell. Talbot with an acre of space. Ito looks off Powell. And Lucas just unable to keep that ball in play. Ramazani. Crossfield ball looking for Powell. The offside flag goes up again. Brendan Kuma out, requesting that his players go deep. This ball's going to be delivered long. And there it is. It's full time here at Logan Metro. And after an extremely competitive first half, in the second half, Olympic showed all their qualities to come away with the 3 points. We had a missed penalty in the first minute for Brisbane Royal Youth before Olympic went ahead with Jez Lofthouse. Brisbane Royal Youth got back in the game in the 14th minute through Mirza Muradovic. But in the second half, it was all Olympic FC Goals from Chris Lucas and Alex Smith was enough for the visitors to come away with the 3 points. So on a very cool Sunday night here at Logan Metro, it's Brisbane Roar Youth 1, Olympic FC 3. I'm Darren Lutton on behalf of Gina McClifty from Double Take. Thank you for tuning in this evening. We hope you enjoyed Football Queensland's presentation of the NPL. Don't forget, more games on next weekend. We'll see you then.